Hello Libras, thanks for coming for your sacral chakra reading. Alright, so before I get into the reading, I'm just gonna give you a small synopsis of what the sacral chakra is, how we live with it, and how it's intertwined with our daily lives, bringing it mundane, making it applicable to how we live, so that you see how important it is. All right, it's not a spiritual thing separated from you, right? It is very, very practical as well. So we're dealing with the practical aspect and also the spiritual aspect, all of it in one. But to summarize, it is really about your creativity, your passions, your desires, your emotional state of being. This is the part of your body that your emotion stems from. The strongest part of your body that is connected to your emotions through the chakras. All right, so everything that you want, you feel some kind of way about it. You know that to desire something, you have to feel something about what you think you desire. It's connected, right? Your passions are connected to your emotions, so your feelings is what is driving everything, right? If you don't feel anything towards anything, then that makes you inhuman, right? It makes you a robot. So this is the center in your body that controls everything that is connected to your emotional being. Without your emotional energy, your emotional sense of being, you can't really manifest much into your life, right? Your manifestations happen, the ones that happen is the ones that you are emotionally connected to and that you are also thinking about all the time. Your emotions are connected to your thinking, so you can see how this is connected to what your manifestation and how you're living overall is very important. This is also an area that's about your sexuality, because it's right there with your sexual organs, right? So your desires connected to sex life, procreation, bringing children into life, anything's connected to that sexual aspect and the childbirth situations, so creativity, desires, passions, sexuality, that's the main things that I want to talk about. So let's see how you've been functioning from this space in the past. It looks like for you guys, my Libras, you guys were really doing well. Some doors were being opened to you. All right, you had reached, your desires was in the higher space where you've thought your way through, used your spiritual gift, even connecting to your emotions to open certain doors that were shut for you, certain opportunities that were not open to you. Your mind is opening up in different spheres where you never thought about that. Certain gifts are even coming to you. Like I'm talking about talents and gifts and desires that you had were all being open to you in the past. And that was a beautiful energy, because it was highly spiritual, all right, in going after these desires. And I really like that. Okay, so it was a very good time for you, I feel. The thing that was working against you, though, is that some of you had orgasm issues, right? So I feel like sometimes what causes someone to not have an orgasm, it's when you're not there. It's your mind is not there. You could be wrapped into so much thinking and so gone that you can't focus on where you are and what you're doing at that time to even have an orgasm. So I can see how it's even connected to the way your mind was so far gone in bringing, recovering all the things. You could be excited about finding your talents and knowing what to do and opening up different areas in your mind that you never thought, thinking differently and being more open-minded, to the point that it can stop you from actually enjoying sex to the point of getting an orgasm. So I can see how that plays a role, if you understand what I'm saying. You can be so gone that sex don't mean anything at some point in your life. And I mean, it's natural. So that was what was working against you in your sacral chakra, all right, in the past. Now, moving on now, it seems like you're moving on. You know, now that you know a lot and you've uncovered a lot about yourself and opened certain doors and talents within yourself and new understandings of how powerful you can be or who you are thinking about, you know, playing a role in creating things, in creating the life that I think you desire and want. Some of you may not feel that powerful that you can bring things into being, but you know, majority of you know that you play a part in creation. That is what it's all about. You know, you realizing that God essence in you is connected to your emotional well-being and your sacral chakra. And that is how creation happens. You start to think about what you want, you start to desire it, and then you start to take the actions that is necessary. And that is sacral chakra job. Alright, so I feel like you're moving higher, you're stepping up to yourself and doing what you gotta do. You're seeing the role that you play and the strength that you have to bring things that you've wanted to create into your life. So I really like that. The only thing that's working against you is you know, you're not in the flow with the universe, you're not in the flow with the moon cycles, so your timing is off, you're not being, you know, in sync with nature. So I think that some grounding is necessary, some you understanding the moon cycles, when to work, when to sleep, when to act, and when to just relax and contemplate. All this has roles that you know, all this has a place and time to that it should happen. All right, by you understanding how the moon works. Okay, so you should know that the new moon is the time you set your intentions. The waxing moon is when you take action. All right, the full moon is you just looking out for what? Signs of your manifestation. That's pretty much what it is, and also a good time to say thank you for the seeds that you've planted from the new moon. Then after the full moon, then you are ready to receive and to see signs of your blessings coming to you. Then after that, going into the waning is when you need to release the things that didn't work out and the negativity that has been unfolding through the season and through the time that you were trying to manifest and create whatever. So you see the cycle. So now you know when to act, when to think, when to plan, and you know, when you release these energies, then your mind is clear, so you can start planting and creating the new things that you want to bring into your life. So it's very important how to understand the flow, you know, when to expect things to come to you and not be all up in your head and also in your emotions, right? So that is what is going on, and not allow and having this understanding, all right, so that you can work well with the chakras and your spiritual energy. Okay, now in the future, I see that for you guys, you're gonna end up in a space where, you know, it's like you become neutral. It's like let's say you've moved from finding out your talents, like we've talked about. Now you've created things in your mind and you're working towards it. Now you've reached into a space in the future where it's almost like you are feeling like you don't care how things end up. So you're staying centered, you're staying in the middle. It's almost like, I don't want to see it as a negative thing, but you know, it's all about balance. Okay, so these are the things that I'm picking up. You are trying to be in the middle, not desire too much or not under desire. You know, that's like not expecting too much but also expecting. So you are impartial about how things come to you. So it can become a negative thing if you don't, you know, pay attention to it. Because I mean, I feel like it's the perfect place to be, where you're not pushing too much but yet you want it to come. I think it's a safe place to be. So watch it. It's a very delicate place to be as well, so that it doesn't become like you don't care. You just, you know, like letting things go and let it fall however I want to be. So pay attention to it not becoming a negative thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. about, you know, what this card is saying here and how I want to put it out to you guys, right? What may be working against you in the future is that you may be feeling undesirable. So you see what I'm saying? If you're feeling undesirable, then this, I can read this impartiality that you may be feeling as almost a negative thing because of what is working against you. Is when you're not feeling desirable, then you don't really care about the outcome of what you have created because you're not feeling good about yourself, and that can knock off your manifestation and whatever you're creating. So you need to really understand the delicacies of what you're doing in the future here and how your emotions are in the way and how they're playing a role here, okay? Because this is spiritual here. You know, it's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? So understand what is going on, the underlying spiritual effects of you playing this, you know, neutral game, all right, and how it may affect your manifestations and your creations in the past, your feelings and everything, what is going on here. Okay, the overall advice that the guides have for you is negativity, removing negativity. Okay, don't allow negativity to crop into this process that is unfolding so beautifully for you. Like I said, this impartiality is not that strong. I will get off that bandwagon and just go with positive thinking and just let it be. Expect good things, and that's it. You know, you can't chase it, but expect good things. Get out of this impartiality. In fact, I think you should just get out of this energy, period. You know, because of even the advice that the guides are giving you, the negativity here, it's you know, sort of allowing your negative thought process to creep in, where it puts you in a space where, okay, whatever happens, happens. So we don't want that. We want you to desire yourself. We want you to, you know, the spirits wants you to be more positive, you know, in your outlook, and desire yourself and take care of yourself and show yourself self-love, and, you know, respect your own manifestations and believing in yourself. That's what they're saying. So you need to eradicate negativity from your life. I feel like spiritual baths will help you to release some of these energies that you carry, you know, clearing your thoughts by starting to, you know, create positive affirmations in your mind, you know, and just things that you need to do, rituals that you can do to, you know, get out of negative thinking, you know. So surrounding yourself with positive minded people who believe and have hope, you know, all these are things that you could be doing here. All right, so that's what I'm getting for you, my Libras. I hope this has brought you some clarity on what's going on with your sacral chakra. All right, thank you, and I'll definitely see you guys soon. Bye.